What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Constant and Faithful Ranch, episode number 5. Today we are putting the finishing touches on our barn because tomorrow is move-in day. Kubota L3901 tractor. We've got the tractor and the implements and the truck and the fan outside. We've got the table and the chairs and everything else outside the barn. Our water well is finished. We've got an exterior hydrant and service going inside the barn so I don't have to run the hose through the wall. Our septic tank is installed and ready to use. Our well is complete and operational. Here's our new pressure tank / tornado shelter. Have you seen Jacob?
No. Hi.
We've even got internet. This is the antenna that receives a radio signal from way over there. Right there. Somewhere like that. We've even got everything outside the barn so we can finally get it cleaned up. Pressure wash all the dust and cobwebs out of the corners so we don't have to deal with them and the creepy crawlies that go with them. Ready to move in and start calling this place home?
Yeah.
Time to get busy then. Okay, so we did finish pressure washing the barn, pressure washed the floor with the surface cleaner. Everything looks pretty good. We got the floor squeegeed out, the barn dried out real nice by the next day. Well, we worked pretty late. I think we finished up about 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and to be honest with you, I just got a little frustrated moving the camera around quite that much. So I think we got a decent amount of footage though, and we even got the RV back done the next day. A little bit of a story there, more on that later. I didn't record myself backing the RV into the barn because I kind of expected to embarrass myself. But honestly, and of course with no video evidence, no one's gonna believe me, but I only had to pull forward once. So even though it's been quite a while since I've driven, towed the RV rather, did pretty good. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so we've only got the left door open right now because we don't need the right door open very much anymore. We figured that's just a little bit more shade and wind that we'll not have to contend with. So here's where the RV got situated. Over here on the side to where we've got, where the front area, was mostly open and everything. As you can see, we've got several other things moved over too. We are actually completely moved out of the RV park at our storage place that was at the RV park. We got everything moved in one day. So got the motorcycle parked over here, and just kind of show you how we got things a little bit situated. This is all subject to change, but we've got some shelves and whatnot over here on this back side, bikes and whatnot. We do have the water and the sewer hooked up. Drilled a hole right through the side of the building to run the sewer line. Probably going to upgrade that a little bit later with some hard PVC rather than just the sewer hose. Last a little bit longer, not have to worry about hail or getting cut on the side of the galvanized metal there. Grill over here. We definitely don't have everything organized yet. We've kind of got some tools and remnants of things sitting over here, but I do have my workbench at least set up, so I have a kind of a place to go. The light mounted up there, the cord kind of routed in around things. A little reloading station there, if you will, my toolbox. Over here, this is kind of the sports corner, I guess you'd call it. Jacob's baseball and football stuff, and our tennis bags and all that kind of good stuff. I'm keeping my extra tractor implements kind of over here. The plan is going to be to put, to get some plywood and these old tire racks, or what he was using for tire racks anyway, which I've got some tires too on there. Obviously they're the new ones for the RV that need to go on there. We're gonna put some plywood and make these into shelves. So they are 2.5 feet wide by 20 feet long, and there's 2 of them. So that's gonna be a pretty decent amount of storage space right there. Maybe not even need those shelves over on the other side of the RV. Got my little reloading shelf right here. Powder and primers and projectiles and tools and things like that. So we're not really positive we're gonna leave anything where it is, but for right now, I definitely think the workbench is probably gonna stay where it is. A little bit of growing pains, you know what I mean? Like for instance, we've got the air conditioner is kind of, as all air conditioners do, create a little bit of water. So it was just going on the floor down the gutter here. So there's a couple of pots catching that water right now that we just occasionally empty out. But what I'm gonna do is take some PVC and just kind of attach it to that gutter up there, run it down the side, probably across the bottom and out the other side where the rest of the drain is. So that way that water will get routed outside when the AC is running, and it's not a very big deal. Probably put a union on there, or a union's what that's called, to where it could be kind of a quick disconnect in case we do decide to move the RV, take it someplace on a little trip or vacation or whatnot. So the story of moving over here, we did have a couple of little mishaps, as you would expect with just about any move. Ours was no different because it was not exactly from one house to another. Things can still go wrong. Nothing too bad though. Really, I guess the main thing was we were moving the motorcycle over here. Jacob and I were riding it, and Jacob was on the back, of course. I don't let him drive, but I was driving. Jacob was on the back. We were doing, I don't know, 75 miles an hour, because that's the speed limit, down 87 highway here, and just noticed the back end got kind of wobbly. I actually just swerved to miss kind of a pothole in the road. Not swerved violently or anything, but just leaned over a little bit, come back to, my riding lane. And when I recorrected the bike, I just noticed that the back was a little bit wobbly. Kind of what you get with bald tires. If you're a bike rider, you know what I'm talking about. But my tires are brand new. There's maybe 250 miles on them, 300 miles maybe at worst. And so I knew that wasn't the case, and pretty quickly figured out what it was because it started really severely moving side to side on the back end. So I started exchanging the rubber on my brake pads for a decrease in velocity as quickly as I could, slowing down, if you will, and got pulled over to the side. Was a little bit wobbly and squirrely. Luckily, Jacob's used to being on a bike too, and he just stayed centered, didn't lean over. If it would have been Michelle on the back of the bike, she'd have leaned over and said, "What's going on?" and probably knocked us off the side of the road. So I had a flat tire. I don't know what I did. I guess I must have picked up a nail or something. The hole was kind of in the sidewall right at the tread, where the tread meets the sidewall. So it wasn't too bad. Michelle was following me in the truck with a load of stuff out of the storage place. And so she got out, came over. Due to the grade on the side of the road, I couldn't put it down with the kickstands, and I didn't have any air or any way to move the bike anyway. I couldn't even pull it up to the shoulder to kind of get it off the road. So we were relatively safe where we were, but I ended up calling a friend that has an air tank, and he came out there so we could try to air up the tire, which we did. It leaked right back out because of the hole. I keep a plug kit in the truck, so since the truck was luckily right behind me, we got the plug kit out from behind the back seat, threw a plug in the tire, aired it back up, and got the rest of the way here. So I guess I'm gonna end up having to replace the tire because I'm just not too excited about riding on a motorcycle truck with a plug. It's not like a car. But I don't know, I guess that was really about the only thing, we got here. Jacob rode the rest of the way home with his mom in the truck to get back over here. I think we ended up doing 3 trips total to get our storage place cleared out. Hooking up the RV and everything was pretty was a non-issue. Hooking up the RV and everything was a non-issue. I was able to borrow the companion hitch that goes with my BMW turnover ball from a coworker, so I didn't have to come off the hip for that $800. Those are expensive. I'm gonna need to get my own eventually anyway, but I haven't done that yet. So we got that installed. We got the trailer hooked up, all the slides pulled in. Had to add a little bit of hydraulic fluid to the reservoir because it leaked out a little bit because it's slow leak somewhere. Haven't been very motivated to find it because I can usually just top it off and move the slides in and out, whatever I got to do, and move on with life without having to do a few hours of tracing hydraulic lines to find a leak I may or may not be able to repair. So we got everything moved over here. Workbench and everything set up. I'm gonna have to kind of level it a little bit because it was sitting on some uneven dirt. It's kind of broke the back legs in. It's good enough for now because it's setting up against the wall, but we're looking forward to continuing develop the land, continuing to fill some holes, level out the hills, so we can start doing some other fun things like building a range and maybe a dirt bike track. So we'll see what else might be in store. We've got lots of fun ideas. By the way, if any of you guys have an idea of something cool that we could do on the land, permanent, temporary, whatever the case may be, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. We're looking for cool ideas. We got lots of them floating around on our own, but I bet some of you probably know some cool things to do too, so I'd love to hear from you. Same thing goes for leaving a like on the video if you enjoy what we're doing. I really appreciate the feedback, and it helps us get the video out to more people. So I don't think we're going to have any shortage of projects to do. Lots of fun things to get accomplished. And we would really like to spend our time doing that, staying outside here, doing fun things with the family, having friends over, that sort of thing. Rather than staying in the house and watching TV or, going out shopping and things, spending a bunch of money. There's a lot more ways to entertain yourself besides spending money. And that's what we like to do, Sure, spend a little money on the property, but I think it's going to be really great for the family for years to come. And we're really, really blessed to have it. One final thing, YouTube, I'd like to request some thoughts and prayers for my mom. She's going in to have a knee replacement surgery. And without sharing too much of her personal business, we just want to pray that everything goes smoothly for her. She's had some complications in the past. I love my mom very much. I wish she could be out here with me. I go see her every chance I get. I love my family, all my family, of course. My mom, my dad, my sister, my brother. All my friends back home, you guys know I love you. I know a lot of you are watching, and I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So, until then, this is Josh at the Constant and Faithful Ranch reminding you that no matter what your title is, whether you're a purchasing agent like me, whether you are a doctor, a lawyer, or if you're just a mother, father, brother, sister, in all things that you do, remain constant